Hello beautiful people of YouTube, it's Geo from Geo Longplays once again to watch the interview that the producer from Little Nightmares 3 gave. This video we're gonna watch together was posted to Bandai Namco Europe's channel 2 days ago, and today is September 9th, so it was posted on September 7th because I can do the math. So without further ado, we're gonna watch this video and see if it answers some of the questions we had on our previous video. And if you haven't watched the previous video related to Little Nightmares 3 where I watched the trailer and reacted to it and made some comments on it, click the button right here. This is it. Her name is Coralie Feniello. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Could you introduce the game in a few words?
Little Nightmares 3 is a brand new entry in the world of Little Nightmares. You will be able to play both in single player or online co-op, and the game will release in 2024.
This answers a few of the questions that we had while watching the trailer. We will be able to play both ways. Let me know in the comments down below, which way are you going to play first? Are you going to play single player mode first, or are you already going to jump into co-op mode? I personally prefer the single player first, so I can get to know the game and experience the game for myself before I call someone else to play with me. But let me know what you would like.
So you will play either low or alone, and you will have to discover the journey through the nowhere.
This answers one of the questions that we had in the previous video. We can choose whoever we play with, and the name of the location they're at is again the Nowhere. Can you tell us more about the two new characters? Yes, please.
Lo is one of our two new characters. He is in the spiral since a long time now, but he has never lost hope in finding a way to go back home. Alone is an incurable tinkerer. She is very curious and trying to find all the secrets about the nowhere. She is Lo's best friend as well.
Okay, I have a few questions here. He has been in the spiral for a long time. I think she tells us more about what the spiral is further in the video. But what interests me is this next part. He has never lost hope in finding a way to go back home. Questions. Where's Lo's home? We have absolutely no clue. Alone is an incurable tinkerer. She's trying to find all the secrets about the nowhere, and this tells us a little bit about their personalities, right? How they differ. Lo is trying to go back home, while Alone is trying to uncover the secrets about the nowhere. I'm really curious to see how they will interact. Can you tell us more about the setting for this new game?
Lo and Alone are trapped in a place that we call the Spiral. It is a cluster of dystopian lands, and they will have to work together to survive in a world full of dangerous delusions and to escape from an even greater threat that is lurking in the shadows.
So the Spiral is the name of the world they are in, and the Nowhere maybe just like a small place in the spiral. I think I got it correctly. I'm not sure. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. In the previous answer, she says that Lo has been trapped in the spiral for a very long time, but she doesn't say the same thing about Alone. So how did Alone end up in the spiral, and how will they meet for the first time?
It is a cluster of dystopian lands.
This gives us a hint, a cluster of dystopian lands. I believe this means that the Nowhere, again, just reinstating what I've said before, is just a part of what is called the spiral. It's part of like the greater place, so to speak.
And they will have to work together to survive in a world full of dangerous delusions.
Dangerous delusions. Is the game we're playing only about the nightmares, or is it an analogy for something? Are we inside the kids' minds and they are trying to escape from their greatest fears?
And to escape from an even greater threat that is lurking in the shadows.
An even greater threat that is lurking in the shadows. This brings me back a few memories from the first game where we had to fight the character called the Lady, which I used to call the Mom. She would escape from you in the shadows, and if you use the mirror on her to shine some light on her face, that would be the greatest weapon against her. So this brings me back memories, and also it raises a question. Are we gonna have like a similar boss fight, but maybe with another monster? Or are we gonna see the Lady again? Is she behind all this? I don't know. A few words about Monster Baby? Oh yes, please.
Monster Baby is the main enemy of our first chapter, the Necropolis. She is a big baby. That makes her very clumsy and very dangerous.
Yeah, we could see a lot of that in the trailer. Yes, there's nothing more to add here other than she also uses the same kind of weapon that we saw in the first and second games. The light the monster baby shines through her eyes can turn people to stone. We've seen this happen in the first and second game as well, and we could see evidence of this in the trailer. We could see a lot of people turn to stone. Maybe it was monster baby's doing. Can you tell us more about the co-op mode?
For the first time in the franchise, Little Nightmares will be playable in online co-op. You will be able to play Little Nightmares 3 with a friend and face your childhood fears together.
I don't have anything more to add to that. This is a pretty cool feature, but again, for the first time, I prefer playing alone. This is the best question so far. Is Little Nightmares 3 a sequel to Little Nightmares 2? Let's see what she has to say.
Little Nightmares 3 is a brand new entry in the world of Little Nightmares. You will not need to play Little Nightmares 1 or 2 to enjoy the third game. But if you did, players will be able to see some nods from the previous games.
So apparently this answers one more question that I asked while we watched the trailer together. Again, if you haven't watched the video, click right here. The third installment in the series has nothing to do with Little Nightmares 1 and 2. It's a completely separate story according to this answer. We could already see some nods to the previous games. The mirror is one of them. It's pretty obvious. If you've played the first game, there are mirrors all around the game, and it's actually the weapon you use to defeat the final boss. An homage, so to say, to Little Nightmares 2 is that in the trailer they used mirrors as portals, and in the second game we could use the TVs as portals. What's the story behind the podcast? Oh, this is super interesting. If you don't know, there is a podcast that Bandai Namco released in partnership with a lot of other people, even famous YouTubers. I'm gonna leave a link to it in the description down below. It is super interesting, and I highly recommend if you want to learn more about Little Nightmares and the world that is created around it. Let's see what she has to say about it.
The podcast, The Sounds of Nightmares, tells the story of Noon. She is a little girl in the Psychiatric Institute of the Counties. She is with Otto, the counselor, and the counselor will make her tell the stories of all her nightmares and try to find a way to understand the secrets of the nowhere. We hope you will enjoy this brand new story in the world of Little Nightmares.
And this is the final question and final answer to wrap up this interview and to wrap up this video. Again, I'm gonna leave a link to the podcast down below so you can check it out for yourself. And if you like the idea, I can listen to the episodes and bring some videos your way talking about them. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. But from what I got from her answer is that the podcast simply adds more depth to where Low and Alone are, and the place we're going to explore in Little Nightmares 3. We are probably going to see a lot of references to the podcast in the game. I'm gonna get to listening to the episodes myself, and I highly recommend you do too. And that's all the time I have for this video. Thank you very much for your support until now. Don't forget to leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Are you eager to play Little Nightmares 3 in 2024? Are you gonna play it on the PC, Switch, Xbox? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.